Good morning. I am here today at home. We tried camping last night and I stayed until about 5 a.m. when I found that one of my pillows was wet because rain was getting inside the tent. So, I'm home again. Yay. And then, anyway. September 6th. The example of good men is visible philosophy. English proverb. Just as we do not live in a vacuum, untouched by others and touching no one, so too our efforts to maintain positive self-esteem are not isolated or self-contained. No matter how common and ordinary we think we are, we influence others. In ways we never notice or intend, everything we do reaches out and touches someone. And as with all human contact, the effect can be positive or negative. Just think of all the people who see us or hear us in the course of a day. As we try to think well of ourselves and act that way, as we commit to the behaviors that evaluate our self-esteem, we are constantly having an impact on the people around us. Who knows the battles going on within the walled-up hearts of a brother or sister next to us? Who knows what really lurks behind the happy facades our fellow human beings are willing to show us? Perhaps a world of hurt. A smile, a word of encouragement, or a compliment may well be the spillover of our own efforts to help ourselves. Transformed, any good we do ourselves may become the golden key that opens a long rusted door in someone else's heart. We are more powerful people than we realize we are. What we do or fail to do is important to other people as well as ourselves. Ordinary people often wield extraordinary influence. Ordinary people often wield extraordinary influence. So the part, what does it say? What we do or fail to do is important to other people as well as ourselves. I'm always making plans and for what I want to do next. And when I was younger, I had a hard time cementing those plans because I had a hard time cementing knowing what I wanted, deciding what I wanted for sure. And as I get older, I find that if I say I'm going to do something, out loud at least, chances are pretty good that it's going to be done, and that I'm going to do it when I want, in the fashion that I want, in the time frame that I want. I'm going to do what I want. What I've noticed is that even when I don't feel like people are watching or paying attention, they are. And my ability to say what I want out loud, because a lot of people have a hard time with that, and then do what I want freely, because a lot of people have a hard time with that, and then accomplish what I said I was going to accomplish, actually affects people. People, a couple of years ago, so the first time I went through a major weight loss, as I was on the tail end of it, somebody else I knew was going through a major weight loss, and he lost all this weight, and I congratulated him, and he said, well, a big part of my, push to do this was just seeing, you, every day, take this really seriously, and so I lost the weight too, and I was like, oh, wow. And then I heard that from multiple places, and I was like, oh, wow. Because I don't, I post a lot of pictures and a lot of selfies and a lot of updates, but I'm not, I never tried to go the influencer weight loss product selling path, and so I figured since I wasn't trying to sell anybody anything, that nobody was noticing as much as they might people who were trying to sell things, but people still noticed, and they took it seriously, and that felt good. And then I've been told by many people that they like that I just decide what I'm going to do, and then I get it done. What is it? I'm always doing continuing education and getting certifications and upgrading my life, upgrading my skill set, upgrading my intelligence, and upgrading the papers that say that I did all this work. And I get a lot of positive reviews for that. And so every time I'm still surprised, though, because I'm not trying to accomplish anything for others. I'm doing it for myself. I won an award recently through this program, this Wisconsin program, this WisCap program, for self-sufficiency. And in the video, I was like, well, I didn't know there was an award for self-sufficiency besides sufficiency itself, so that's cool. But so, not only do people in the small, inner circle, and then, just outside of that notice when you get things done, but apparently people way outside of that do too. The Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes was on that call. He wasn't the one who presented me with the award, but it was cool to be recognized for getting my shit together. And doing it mostly on my own with, like, as much as... I have had help and assistance. I'm very grateful for the people who've helped me along the way, but, like, I'm the one who has to do the work, and I do it, and that's cool. But, yeah, it never ceases to be surprising who's paying attention. You never know. Like, what we do or fail to do is important to other people as well as ourselves. And I only fail at things that I'm bored at, and I try not to fail at the things that I hold important to me. So it's cool that my small successes have inspired others to go on and commit to their own self-improvement and change in life, and that's cool. And I mean, I wish I could say that was the goal. It is not. The goal is always for me to do as best as I can for myself, and satisfaction in my lifetime. That's my number one. Satisfaction in my lifetime. I'm going to get and have what I want in this lifetime, and I'm going to achieve it for myself and for the people closest to me because I want to, not for anybody else. But often, ordinary people often wield extraordinary influence. Ordinary people often wield extraordinary influence. I don't know if it's extraordinary, but I'm always surprised by, like, the influence that my actions have had, so that's cool. Yeah. Good morning.